Welcome to episode 17 of the Out on Loan podcast. As always, I'm your host, Jef and Aritra, joined by my co-host, Aritra Chargy. The first episode of 2026, the anticipated year for everyone. 10-year graduations in 2016. Obviously, World Cup year. We got a new Bruno Mars album coming out as well. Um, it just feels like we got a new Avengers movie coming out by December time. We have Spider-Man movies coming out. We have new music coming out from Drake. 2026 is here and ready to roll. And as always starting off with a bang. And of course, the bang being that Manchester United, new manager. Before we get on to Manchester United and just the chaoticness that is with what transpired this past few days in terms of their new manager and the sacking of Ruben Amorim, we always got to mention and give a shout out to Robin Stone Pictures for obviously producing, editing, and publishing all of our content on social media with our YouTube account at YouTube or at the Outlaw Podcast, on TikTok, on Instagram as well. Please follow our social medias to help us grow and follow Robin Stone Pictures as well, just to get him out going, because we know besides editing in the room and dealing with our chaoses, he's in the chaos as well of making music and doing other stuff. So go out there and follow Robin Stone Pictures as well. But I can't believe it. Can I tell you so to give a context of what happened, right, for all of our listeners out there. This was like the second time during that week. When did he get sacked again? It was like
January 5th.
January 5th.
The first Monday of the New Year's.
The first Monday of the
week,
New Year's.
Yeah.
What a way to start off the new week, the fresh new week of 2026. What's funny too, Mr. Aritra, is that was the second time that week, right? Where I stayed up late because I'm in West Coast time.
Right.
The first thing that happened that 1st January was obviously the whole thing with the U.S. invading Venezuela and capturing
Maduro.
Victor Maduro, right? Maduro. And I was like, wow, that's crazy. I can't believe I stayed up all night for that. And then same thing happened where I'm looking at my phone like 3 or 4 in the morning and I see that he's gone too. Just what was your reaction? Where were you when you found this out, man? Were you at work? Did you? And I was like, dude, I can't wait till he wakes up to this because I knew it was like probably 6 or 7 a.m. in the morning for you.
Yeah.
For me, it was like 3 or 4. So I was like, it's probably too early for him.
Yeah. So I wake up, see my phone, the time, and then the text. And the text was from my boy saying Amorim got sacked. Now, the night before, I was like reading up some stuff about how it was starting to get tense with Amorim and the board and management based on like some comments he made. I'm like, what did he even say? And I honestly ignored it because I didn't really see anybody. Maybe like Fabrizio did like report it or something. I just wasn't catching up on that stuff because I thought it was just like kind of fake or people just starting to like stir things up. And that happened. I see that text. I see socials. And it was also the first like work day of like after New Year's and after holidays for me too. Well, technically second because I did work on Friday. It was like online, whatever. But like first time going to the office. And I'm like, there's no way I'm really about to start this new year going into the workplace with a hot head, with an absolute head of steam ready to just explode like those steam trains from the 1700s industrial England where, like choo-choo, like Thomas the Train, whatever, like smoke coming out. Like that was my head.
Oh my God.
That was my head as I was going to Midtown New York City to going to my workplace with that news in my head. And the more I kept on reading on Reddit, on Insta, whatever, on like what might have happened, it was just pissing me off even more. Because this was like one of the first times where I felt like the players are behind him. The fans are behind him. I mean, sure, like you'll have like, minority of fans like calling for his.
You have a few bunches in there. And they're partying.
Right.
Before, just to stop you right there.
Go for it.
I was just, because I've been on obviously I'm on social media and I'm always following, like, because I'm curious to see what's going on with United. And one of the big things is like the whole Ruben Amorim thing. The
Mhm.
the Amarin out stands. Like, there's the
Yeah,
Amarin in stands, and then there's the
I
Amarin out.
remember.
And then
Yeah,
there's the United fans who are like, just
right.
keep him, man, just for the sake of it. And just letting you know, I was
Exactly.
just like, wow, there's a whole load of them, man, and they were partying, which we'll go on to like what I imagine you're gonna talk about next. But continue,
Yeah.
man. I just
I mean, dude, it's just like I could. There are some context and stories and like the decision making that led to this, but it's one of those like you take one step forward and instead of like two steps backwards, you just took 10 steps backwards. Like you. All right, let's start from the beginning, right? So initially, you got like the Baradas, the Jim Ratcliffes, the Jason Wilcoxes that like joined 2 years ago with Ineos, whatever. And then you also had the hiring of sporting director Dan Ashworth that we got from Newcastle. And apparently it was Amorim was really Ashworth's hire. Okay. When like Ten Hag was fired. And apparently at that time, Jason Wilcox and Omar Barada, they weren't really a fan of the decision of Amorim to come mid-season because of the 3-4-3 that he plays and having three at the back. It would have been way too like long of a like it would have just taken a long time to transition to the Prem. Understandably so, fine. Yet Ashworth still like went ahead with the move and pushed for it and got him. And obviously, United, we weren't good last year, despite making a European final, whatever. And because of that, halfway through, they let go of Ashworth. And so now, because that was Ashworth's man, okay, well, now Amorim, I mean, he wasn't exactly on a hot seat, but it's like things could get a little finicky if like one or two things were to go left or right, which it started happening the last month-ish when, like we started like drawing against like Leeds, against not Burnley, like lost against 10-man Everton. And then there were like other results, which, it wasn't ideal. But at the same time, within that last month, like we were missing like 7 or 8 starting players. A couple of them like went to AFCON, a couple of them injured. And then why he made the comments about like not quote unquote having the backing from the upper management and not wanting to change from the 3-4-3 to like playing 4 at the back and not exactly basically submitting to the upper management's like vision of playing, and then also like not having that backing in the January transfer window, missing out on Semenyo or whatever. They were like, yeah, let's bin him, let's get rid of him. It's like you just did not learn the mistake that you made with Ten Hag letting him go in mid-season, which I'm not saying like that was like a horrible decision either. Like it totally made sense, like let him go. But it's like if you're gonna make that change, at least wait until the end of the season, or you should have like let him go after like getting eliminated from the Europa League final. And like, at least like in the summer, it would have been easier to get a manager, get that, like get a summer training and everything going. Because now it's like we're back to like not even ground zero, it's like ground negatives, 10 steps backwards. You're gonna have to like get an interim manager, which I'm hearing like Ole Gunnar Solskjaer might be back, and then you're gonna have to like go out there and hire again. And then for that same manager, if you're gonna play like a back four, well, now you gotta get wingers, spend money there. Like, dude, it's just like again, one step forward, 10 steps backwards. Here was Amorim building up a nice culture, taking his time because that was the time you gave him. You gave him until 2028 to build up the squad, build up this team, and then you said you were going to make this decision. Jim Ratcliffe has said this multiple times, and I was on board. If the vision was, nope, we need United to play Champions League ball and win the Premier League by 2027, okay, that's a different goal. That's like a different strategy, different everything. But the goal was to like basically do what Arsenal kind of did. Build up the team from ground zero, take your time, and then 3-4 years later, we can revisit and see like if you're the right man or not. How you're going to give up that goal, that vision, just because that man was not following your, quote unquote words and orders is just beyond me. Because if you're not going to give him that vision, that freedom, that backing, then of course, like, he's not going to want to work with you. And you just, again, mid-season, just let him go. team is like, and then I mean, well, now we're recording this after the game against Burnley. We still got a game against like the FA Cup game against Brighton, and then Arsenal and City, or City and Arsenal. So like things could get really, really ugly for us here.
Right.
And frankly, I'm afraid. I'm scared because
You're scared.
here I thought thinking like, oh, we could like potentially get a Champions League spot. We're like right there on the edge, teetering, tottering. We had what was I gonna say? Like, I mean, Ahmad, Mbumo, Bruno, like all those guys were gonna come back, and I think starting like mid-January, if we could get one like transfer in February, March, we could really make a strong push. What'll happen now? I don't know. There's a lot of uncertainty, and for that, Ineos, Glazers, I'll tell you this one last thing. You gave Amr until 2028 to like make things right. So now you have 100% of the authority and ownership to make this next coaching decision. If that coach does not bring us a Premier League or a Champions League by 2028, in June 2028, if we don't have one of those trophies, I don't even care about an FA Cup or a Carabao. I'm talking about a Premier League and a Champions League by 2028. I want all of you gone.
Oh, okay. All right. Well, Premier League by 2028?
Yeah, Premier League by 2028 or Champions League by 2028. Right. Gone. I don't care.
I know you're mad. I understand because,
I'd rather get bought by the Qataris or Saudis or whoever.
Hey, look. Two things can be true, right?
Okay.
I think that sacking was just a joke. And we can all agree on that, right? Correct. Because you had a vision, you had a plan.
Yeah.
We want this to be our manager. We're going to buy the players, and we're going to wait out and see.
Yeah.
But the next few years, right? Do you think a team who has gone through the stinker, through the holy hell of all miseries for the last few years, United, right? Yeah. Poor management, poor squads, poor managers, poor everything, right?
Yeah.
Of course, this is going to take more than almost, what is it now? Like almost a whole year of him?
Yeah.
And you just got rid of him like that?
Yeah.
I know we said there's question mark about it. His managerial things, his tactics, and all that type of stuff. But we still got to be patient, which is why I said the season's over, because I just don't think it's there yet. I think they still need more time, because if you get the right players, the right system, the right ideas, the right patience, boom. Mm-hmm. I remember everyone in 2020, what was it, 2021, everyone wanted Arteta's head gone. I know he's widely regarded as one of the best managers of all time. It's patience like that. And I understand there's different like rankings and different admirations for like clubs and stuff, different standards, but like the standards of United have fell so miserably ever since the legend himself, Mr. Sir Alex, the Sir Alex Ferguson.
The Sir Alex,
mind you, that is so heavy. That's a heavy legacy to carry on your shoulders and to succeed. That for anybody, this is like almost impossible to do. So this is going to take more than a year. It's going to take even possibly more than 2, maybe 3 to get the right players.
I agree.
And what's crazy too, I thought they were if they're a relegation matter. Oh yeah, you have to get rid of the manager because you can't let those amount of wages and stuff like that to go. But
but clearly,
but at the same time, if you're in 5th place, even if there's debates about whether it worked because they were still playing bad. And there still were things that weren't clicking right, especially with some of the players that they have and the transfers and everything. But
correct,
they weren't.
That's because it was a rebuild year.
Exactly, it's a rebuild season.
It's going to be inconsistent.
It's going to be inconsistent. But they were still.
Exactly. And I thought the board and the manager, they were on board with that.
So why are we just throwing ship already to this whole idea when you still have half the season left and you still got more games? But it just shows the incompetence of owners like Ineos, like the Glazers. It shows incompetence because they're cowards. And it proves even more now, which is why I don't know why people are celebrating this, because the idea is not whether we agree or disagree Ruben Amorim is a good manager or not. The reason why people are mad about this is because it's the same thing over and over. This is the 3rd time, 4th time. You're probably the 4th friend I know that has told me, man, we're going to set that. I've seen them, a Man United fan friend of mine, get a player, get a coach, get a new team, build the hype up, and then we're going to restart it again. Let it flourish out. Because now you're in reset mode. Now we have to do this all over again. Now we have to find out managers. Now we have to reset and resell all the players that work for this manager into that manager.
Mm-hmm.
So now we're back to building again. And
That's
that's
what
the
I said.
problem. That's a mess.
So it took
That's a
one little
mess.
step forward, and now instead of ground
Right.
is 10 steps backwards.
Right.
Ground negative.
So
Not even
and it
ground
just
zero.
shows they're cowards. It just shows again they're cowards too. This team is those ownerships are just full of cowards. A lot of owners nowadays are just cowards. Chelsea's, for example,
I was
cowards. Man United's are cowards. Even Madrid is starting to look a little bit cowardish.
I was gonna say this real thing, right? Sorry. You had Omar Berrado came from City and then joined United.
Right.
Do you think that man is trying to sabotage United?
Look, man. I don't know.
I'm just saying.
It's questionable. Hey, I brought up my conspiracy theories about Qatar and Messi's World Cup. So you have every right of yours to say, hey, what's going on here? But I don't think that's I just think, look, there's poor management, too reactionary, a little bit of patience. And I'm tired of people, and this is the problem that I have with the hammering out people. Why do you think your standards should be high for this team? Why do you think just because you've been poor and haven't been playing great that you have the right to say, we deserve to be better? You haven't been great for the last 5 years, 10 years. You haven't won anything.
That's exactly why.
At least for Madrid. At least for Madrid, we know we have played, and now they might be like, everyone like, well, what about Madrid? I know you guys do this and that, and you want better. Well, it's because for this team, it's different because 2 years ago we won a Champions League and a league title, and we have arguably, in terms of the players that we bought and the things that we got out of, we have arguably the best squad that should be dominating teams. That's our only problem. But United, you have, dude, you guys are ass. I'm sorry. Let me put it at blunt. Your team is just ass. Your stadium is ass, which is why they knew your fan base ass.
Oh no! You did not disrespect. No. You did not disrespect Old Trafford.
No,
okay, I get it. There are a couple like.
No, I'm not saying no. I'm not saying like the history behind it. No, I'm saying like how it needs to be renovated. It's ass. It's getting flung up apart every time.
Well, yeah, we're getting a new stadium.
No, that's what I'm saying. Like that's what I'm. No, that's my point though. Everything around Man United, it's so bad. Why are you demanding things like if we need to win a Premier League in 2028? And that's,
why am I demanding that? I'm demanding that because this.
It's gonna take a while.
This upper management.
It might take 4 years for you to probably 4 or
then
5.
They should be gone. They should be gone because they rushed up. They tried to rush up this process with Amorim. So I'm not trying to rush up this process with them.
That's fair. All I'm saying is it's gonna take time. I'm gonna conclude with this. Yeah. Ineos, and the Glazers, y'all are cowards. You're cowards. They called you out. Every time a manager calls you out, bye-bye.
I'll kick him out.
Let me throw you out.
Yeah. Mourinho calls you out.
Dictatorship right there. Dictatorship.
Ralph Rangnick calls you out.
Cristiano calls you out. Anybody else calls you out, you're gone. You sign poor managers, and then after those stretches don't work anymore, we're just going to throw the manager and just going to keep the same players and think that everything works. No, that's not how it works. You need to build culture. Your culture is a horrible environment right now within that organization. Ruben Amorim should have stayed. Give him to the end of the year, and then find a new manager. And good luck to who your next manager is. I don't know who's your next manager. Who's going to take it? I'm hearing Xavi. I'm hearing
Luis
Enrique. Good luck with that. Luis Enrique.
I'm hearing.
You're going to get a rude awakening.
I'm hearing he's not signing his contract with PSG. I'm just saying.
Let me tell you this.
Well, and he's looking for a new challenge. I'm just saying.
I'm telling you, what's going to happen when Ineos and the Glazers get him is they're going to realize real quick, man, dude, this guy cannot do a rebuild. This guy needs like a full team of super. I'm telling you, watch it. I'm telling you.
PSG just won the Champions League without Mbappe. What are you talking about?
But that's the hold up.
He just won a teenage midfielder. What are you talking about?
Hold up. First of all, hold up. Let me bring my point.
Yeah.
Hold up.
All right, go ahead.
Luis Enrique with Barcelona, MSN.
Yeah.
Had arguably one of the best teams in the world, right?
Can I agree?
Spain underperformed there, but still performed in the sense that. But again, why did they perform? Because they had one of the best rosters out there with Pedri, with Morata in there, Oyarzabal, good roster. PSG, he inherited a team with Mbappe, Dembele, Neymar, Gonzalo Ramos, Vitinha, Ruben Neves, Nuno Mendes.
And how many of them were playing though?
Hakimi.
No Mbappe. No Neymar, no Messi.
But who did he get? He got Kvaratskhelia. Then they signed Desiree Doué, and plus he's playing for PSG, who are always going to dominate in Ligue 1.
Ligue 1, yeah. But the question was, for the longest time, Champions League.
No. My point is, Luis Enrique is not going to save Manchester United. He's not. Why? Because Manchester
Why?
United need to rebuild again, which is why we don't agree with the Ruben Amorim sack. Because now you have to start from plan A to plan B. What do you think?
Yeah.
What do you think, Luis Enrique? We have not seen any proof of Luis Enrique recently being able to help a rebuilding team to go dominate. We have not seen any of that. And even then, even if he does have that experience, what the hell will make him think he wants to go to Manchester United with those pathetic owners? You think that's gonna work? No.
You know, I agree with you, but he did say he was looking for a new challenge.
There's no Man United are in a mess right now, and all I'm gonna say is until you guys get those managers out, those owners out, and those whoever runs that shit, they need to go. But
I mean,
then,
what do you think I'm saying under my subtitle? Y'all can.
No, I know. That's why. That's why. But to expect the 2028 Premier League title, you're crazy, brother.
I'm telling you, the only reason why I want that is so that I can officially say. Yeah.
No, I understand because you want them. You want like this is ridiculous.
Because I know they won't be able to do it.
Now. It's been almost 10 years of this ridiculous crap that they've been doing ever since Fergie left. I agree with that. And Fergie, I mean Sir Alex Ferguson, not Fergie the singer. For anybody. But come on, we Man United fans, lower your expectations. You guys are just done until those Glazers guys and those Ineos guys get the hell out of that team, out of that club, out of that institution, out of the city, out of the country, out of Europe in general. Get them out, man. Until then,
honestly, like
I have no expectations for Manchester United. Whoever they sign, I don't care. I don't care who they sign.
I'm kind of on the same board as you. It's just like the fact that I'm still giving them another 2 years of this. It is kind of like insane on my end because realistically, after the second, like I should have been like, yo, like I mean, yes, I did say it on my subtitle, but like they should not be like managing this club. Like realistically speaking, Glazers sell it, Ineos get your 15-25% crap out of here, and you slash like half the workforce for what? For what? Huh?
I don't know, man. It's a mess. It's a mess, and we'll see. I mean, I'm hearing Ole's coming back. Which I don't mind. I mean, that's probably gonna steady the ship.
Always at the wheels again, man.
just I would say get him as the interim coach for the end of the year. He's better than whoever they're gonna get from the academy or whoever the hell. Just get him, have him ride the ship, get the young players in there, have him bring the good vibes again. There was good vibes with Ole. I would say that there was good vibes.
You know what they would call it? Blackchester United.
Hey, all I'm hearing was they might want to get Pogba back. They want to get Lingard back from China. Ding. Hey, Rashford
South Korea, brother.
South Korea. My bad. I thought he was in China. I think he was, but then he moved to South Korea.
Maybe. And then Pogba's with Liga. I forget. But Pogba already got injured apparently after playing like a couple games.
That's the United effect, man.
And Rashford, I'd rather him stay in Barcelona and just like shine there because I want my boy to shine.
No. Obviously, we're joking, but I think. For anybody listening out there, I think the thing that we're waiting for is just who's going to be the next coach. And I think for right now, I mean, we have who's the interim currently right now?
So it's Darren Fletcher.
Fletcher, right?
Yeah, he was like, I know he was like overseeing the academy and all that, and then
And all I'm just saying for any of you guys who wanted Ruben Amorim now, all I'm saying is, don't complain when you get a worse manager than Ruben Amorim. Don't complain because you wanted that. You wanted that. You wanted to get rid of him and not be patient. And if you don't find everything, don't complain. And don't complain if Ole Gunnar Solskjaer is your manager for the next 2 years. If he signs a new contract after going on a Hollywood run by the end of this year, if he does eventually join Manchester United. Because this is what you wanted. You wanted this. Now let's see.
Yep.
Because your team is horrible. It's a mess.
Oh, did I also say that because they slashed his contract in half, like, until 27 or 28, whenever it was going to expire, they, fired him now? We're going to have to pay another extra like 10 or 20 million. 10 million, 15 million to like pay his contract out, and then another 10 million that we owe to Sporting for like getting him like mid-season.
Yeah.
Like,
congratulations. Good.
Oh my God.
Good stuff. Good stuff, Manchester United.
That 25, 30, you could have used that to like buy another. Like with that money last year, we bought Dorgu. And look at him. Look at him. Like he's just been so good the last month. And like we could have used that.
Hey, this is what Ruben Amorim out stands wanted, and they're stands because they
and y'all got it.
Y'all got it. So
and look at us.
Don't complain.
One tie went from 5th to 7th against 19th place Burnley. Y'all happy?
We're still gonna play like ass.
My lord,
your team is ass. Your roster's ass. Just like I'm gonna go back.
Oh my God! No,
Stadium's
no, no,
ass.
no, no, wait, no. Don't
Institution's
change your
ass.
word because you were
The
saying
players are
Amorim out
ass.
back then too. All right, now you're
No,
like Amorim in.
I said I questioned him. I said I'm questioning, but I wouldn't sack him until the end of the year.
Actually,
I,
yeah,
I,
that's
I
true. You
didn't
did say
say I
that.
want him
Yeah,
sacked
you're
immediately.
right. You're right. You're right.
All I said,
Yeah,
for Ruben Amorim is there's question marks on his like just like I said with Xabi Alonso. There's question
yeah,
marks on his
yeah.
managerial thing because we can say instead of the 3-bet, let's move to the 4. Why don't we recuperate the academy more instead of relying on other players that don't deserve those minutes?
Hmm.
Maybe Bruno needs to sit here and there just so you can see the transition period without Bruno.
Yeah, look at us, man. So creative in the
And
football
then
field.
now, yeah, but
Yeah.
I've always said it's always going to take time because that's why I said the season's over because I thought he was going to stay even if they did went through a rough period. I thought he was going to stay,
Yeah.
build something, and then go in again next summer, get more players, instill his philosophy, and get better as a manager and as a coach as well. Because managers like dealing with the players, um, the within the club as well with the media and everything, and then the coach obviously is like tactically what are you going to set up, who are you going to bring in, how are you going to your relationship with your players here and there. That's what I thought, but it's over now, reset now, and it's just a mess. But I think we're gonna end it there for our first block of the episode, which is obviously only gonna show. I mean, only gonna but Ruben Amorim second and Manchester United getting the manager. But as always, please follow Robin Stone Pictures. Shout out to Robin Stone Pictures as well for producing this episode. Um, thank you, Robin. As always, editing our videos, posting on social media accounts, and please follow his social media account as well. Just for, I think he's got a new album coming out, so can't wait to be. I might have to put it as a background noise to any of our episodes
It's
whenever we're
gonna be,
ready.
it's gonna be my 24/7. I'll be the 0.000000001% top listeners of Mr. Robin Stone. I'm gonna be his number one biggest fan.
Be his number one biggest fan.
Number one biggest fan.
Well, you know who I'm the number one biggest fan in the Premier League right now?
No clue.
No one, because I'm not a number one fan for anybody in the Premier League. Because I'm a Madrid fan. The Premier League.
Ooh. Ooh. The Premier League or La Liga?
No. You said I'm a 1.00001% fan. I said
Ah.
I am too, but it's not in the Prem. But we do have to talk about the Prem because
Yeah.
Arsenal Liverpool drew 0-0. Um,
Boring.
Boring game, but big implications for the Premier League title, especially with Man City drawing as well. But it's still, I think, if we look at the table right now, we can probably pull it up right now. But obviously, Man City are trailing Arsenal right now in the
By
standings
6 points.
by 6 points, with Arsenal having 49, Man City having 43. And Man City have just kind of been a little bit of a dip of form. I think more
Yeah.
specific on Erling Haaland, just hasn't been that efficient. I don't think Man City have been scoring that many goals the last few weeks. The last time I saw them score more than 5 was probably that one game. I believe it was against at Brighton, not Brighton, but it was or Fulham. I think it was Fulham at Fulham. I think. Um, but since then, I just haven't seen them being able to just kind of produce and score goals
That's
due to
because they're
form. I
waiting
would
for
believe
Semenyo.
that that's a great transition because they just signed Semenyo.
Mhm.
I'm sorry to my
Yeah.
fellow co-host and brother from another mother, Kobe Gaines. I know they were after Semenyo, and well, he played one more game before eventually heading off to Manchester City, and of course, Spurs and I believe
Brentford.
Brentford,
Sorry, Bournemouth. What am I
Bournemouth.
saying?
Yeah,
Yeah.
we all mix up. We all mix up. Scored the winner in that game, and it's just like the most hot thing to see Semenyo going out there. But I'm just happy for Semenyo. I think he's a player that really, I think is going to be key for that Man City team. I think they've been lacking someone on that right wing side now for a while.
Hmm.
I know Foden and Cherky are in there here and there, but I still think you're going to need an explosive player that is Semenyo, a goal scorer that is Semenyo as well for some games. Maybe give rest to Doku as well if he wants to maybe transition onto the left or the right wing. But this is just a big man. This is the type of Man City signing that from like the early like 2017, 2018, 2019 period where like they're still in there, but they make that like that one blockbuster winter signing. We're like, damn, man, they really got that guy.
Mm.
So happy to see him in there. And I guess I had a big team, but I really wish he probably would have gone to Arsenal maybe instead of just to give competition and a little bit of rest to maybe Madueke and Saka. Who knows? Or on the left wing too for Martinelli. Who, speaking
Mm.
of which, in that 0-0 draw, I know it was a draw, but Martinelli had that controversial. He was just bothering. Who was it? So I
I
think
believe it was Connor Bradley. Yeah.
Connor Bradley was injured inside the pitch, right? So like, what happens is obviously the game stops and stuff, and like obviously there's like dying minutes left. And Martinelli just comes in. It's a bad injury too, because if you look at the replay, I think he messed up his I believe it was his left or right knee. I think it was one of the knees that he messed up.
Mm.
Martinelli is like impatient, like, bro, get out the way, and then he stupidly just grabs him and throws him
Kind of
out. How
shoves him out. Yeah.
pathetic! So pathetic from Martinelli.
I'd
So
expect that
pathetic.
from Argentinian players, but from a Brazilian, it's kind of
Yeah,
crazy.
Brazilian is kind of weird. No, well, that was very stereotypical, but it's just
Nah,
come on,
they're
what are we
both.
doing here?
Yeah, nah,
Very pathetic. Very pathetic. I did not like that at all. Like the dude can literally, and I remember because he hurt. Like even when he pushed him and shoved him, I think he re-aggravated it just a little bit more, which is like what you don't want to see. Because what if he
yeah.
actually did mess up his like knee? So he just made it even worse. Or maybe he wasn't tearing and it was like a slight, and then you just do more damage to it. What's wrong with you, man? They better find him for that. I'm serious. They better find him for stuff like this. But who am I to say? Who am I to speak, man? I've seen Ramos and Pepe like literally break the legs of Spanish.
Snap fibula.
Yeah, and then for you, we've seen Roy Keane in the past like literally rip apart through like came back for revenge. I think it was against Erling Haaland's dad or someone.
Alfie Holland, yeah.
And then just breaks
4 years
dad.
later, straight up like
crazy.
And then obviously we had like Eric Cantona straight up like karate kicking a Crystal Palace fan. Yeah, we had some crazy heads back then, but
yeah, we did have some. Now we're all soft divas now. Soft divas. I'm sorry, I just had to say that. But I think if we look at the table right now, Arsenal leading, Man City in second place. Aston Villa, who I know they got spanked by Arsenal, I think last week,
dude,
but they're still in there. But they're still in there. They're still 6 points behind. Liverpool now are back in there at fourth place with 35 points. Brentford in fifth place with 33. Newcastle at 32.
Yo, can we talk about Igor Thiago real quick of Brentford? Like, what the hell is their motto, man? Ivan Toney, Brian Mbumo, Yohan Wissa, and now Igor Thiago. Like, dude, what kind of Moneyball formula are they using to find these dudes? And they just like keep on every freaking year. They just like surpass like 15, 20 goals. Like, yo, whoever's the data scientist there, bro, like come to United, bro. Like, please.
Right. It's just interesting because I'm always curious to see who runs these like teams in the Premier League. Mm-hmm. Like how does scouting work? And I know there might be people in there who can answer this if we make a reel about this, or if we post it on YouTube. How does scouting work? How does that work where you get the right players in there? Because there's so many academies like Madrid, right? Yeah, they have a few plans here, talent here and there, but like it's like Barca's academy. They always get like these 17, 16-year-old, 15-year-olds that have the talent, but then the IQ to do this, to pull this off. Like, how do you determine that? Is it just like watching? Like, what is it? What is it? Because if that was the case, everyone should be having like the best players in the world. But then you see Brentford getting players like this. Even Tottenham back in the day, they had that crazy stretch where they got Bale, Kane, Son. They just find out with these young talents. Madrid right now, I think I figured it out with like the recent like emergences of like Jacobo Ramon, Nico Paz, Hakimi back in the day. If you want to go a little bit back further, like I'm very curious to see. But shout out to Brentford, man. I mean, Mbuemo, Ivan Toney. And then this new guy that you said, I haven't even heard of him, but apparently he's good too. But
casual alert.
I know because I don't watch him that much.
I'm kidding. Nah, but definitely check him out. Igor Thiago. So he scored a brace, and then before that he scored a hat trick, and then he's just been like consistently popping off. And now you just look at the top goal scorer table. So you got Erling Haaland at first with like 23, 25 goals. And then it's Thiago with like 16.
That's insane. I didn't know that. Because I just remember, I was like, wait a minute, you're right. Because there's someone with because I'm looking at the stat leaders for goals. And I see Erling Haaland obviously leading the way. And then I see Semenyo with 10. And then Igor Thiago. Just wait. Watch Man City get him next, man. Watch that happen next.
Also, I believe he set the record for scoring the most goal by a Brazilian.
Yeah.
In the Prem.
That's crazy. So he passed Willian.
Willian, Cunha, and I forget who. They had like 15 total. and then
Yeah,
Thiago
not
has
a lot of
16.
Brazilians played in the Prem though. Not really. I mean, it's still impressive because you
Yeah, I get what you mean because like a lot of
but
them tend to be like
go to
wingers
La
and
Liga, yeah,
yeah.
and they're wingers and stuff like that, or they're just not that. But you've had like Gabriel Jesus, Willian, obviously, and I'm missing a few more back in the day as well. Um,
Mhm.
oh yeah, there's a crazy Joelinton. Remember, like he was a striker and then he moved to
Oh
midfield.
yeah.
But but yeah, no, Premier League table is looking interesting. Only just because Arsenal are still leading the way, but it's still not like I know people are saying Arsenal are running away with this right now, and I get it from that perspective. But I just feel like there's going to
Yeah.
be games like today's Liverpool game where they're just going to be missing something. I think that'll be the next discussion when we talk about Arsenal this
Mhm.
coming weekend is their striker position because it is going to be a question mark for the next few months of the end of the season. And Tottenham, I have no words for you guys. Just disgusting, um, awful. He might be next, and I think by the
Thomas.
time I think by
Honestly, I thought Thomas was gonna get sacked. One of Thomas or
I
Arnie was
thought
gonna
so
get
too.
sacked
It's
before
funny
Amorim.
because I'm looking at my phone and I haven't gotten the official confirmation from Kobe yet, but he told me after yesterday's disaster class was if Frank Thomas isn't sacked by in the next 24 hours, I will not be watching this team for the rest of
That is crazy. He also
I don't
like.
blame him.
Did you see that little thing with the where he was like drinking out of an Arsenal cup or something? You
Don't
see
get me
that
started.
photo?
Disgusting.
I don't even know
How
how that
careless can you be?
happens. I don't even know how
How
that
careless can
happens,
you be?
but damn.
How careless can you be as a manager to do that? I mean, what? I mean, what is going through your head to do that? Let me give the context to this part.
I think it was still an accident, but I mean, yeah.
No, but that is careless because number one, you're that's the. It's like me. I'm a Madrid fan, right?
He's sipping
You
out
would
of a
catch
Barca.
me dead wearing or seeing a Barca towel or anything like that. So me, that's a fan. That's my fan ass just being a fan, right?
Yeah.
As a manager, come on, there's standards. Like, come on now. You might not have to be a Tottenham fan, but I imagine they tell you in the contract, don't sip out of our rival's cup. And also, where the hell did he get the cup from? Who gave it to
That's
him?
what I'm saying.
Who gave
That's
it
what
to him?
I'm like.
Who
I
was
was thinking, I'm
around
like,
him?
bro, did they go to Emirates Stadium recently or what? Like, I thought they just had a home
What,
game.
did an Arsenal fan just get in past security and say, "Oh, here, Thomas Frank, I know you've been
Hey,
so
Merry
bad this
Christmas.
whole last 2 months. Merry Christmas. Here you go. Drink up." And come on, Thomas Frank, really? You've been a stinker for the last few months with your team selection, the way you play, the results that you've been getting, the fact that the team hasn't changed in like the last 2 years now, and the style of playing, the way that team crumbles under pressure and fumbles everything, and they just make a fool out of themselves, and you can't fail to realize that you have a cup with your arch nemesis of the team's arch nemesis drinking out of that? What is wrong with you,
Oh
fool?
goodness
If
gracious.
you don't have awareness for that, I don't get credit for saying this, but I think so. Someone said it on Twitter. But if he doesn't have the awareness to figure out what he's drinking out of, what makes him a good coach? Joe.
You
Tottenham,
think
get rid of him. Let's
you
say
think
it's
they're
over
gonna
for Frank Thomas. It's over. Done.
if they do end up like firing him, say like within this month or something, like you think Cupgate is gonna start it off?
Cupcake! Oh my god! Cupcake is official. Yeah, no, they might, or maybe it was a Spurs fan who was like, "Dude, we gotta get him. This is the way to like lower
And so
down
they
the
told
PR."
him.
I want to know everyone's thoughts. How did this happen? How can someone allow this to happen? There's no way. And I don't imagine he went to a local, like he must have had like his team, like someone must have gave him that thing. Come on, man. How how
Yeah,
how I don't or whatever he was. I think I said coffee, but like you know what I mean. Like what the? Come on, man.
coffee,
Come on.
water, matcha,
Come
who knows,
on.
bro?
But that'll be the end for that next segment. Premier League. We'll see if Arsenal can maintain it, and we'll see more as to how they will continue heading into the year, and for those poor London teams, Chelsea, Spurs, and obviously United. We'll see how they end off the year as well. But as always, please follow our social media accounts at the Outlawn Podcast on TikTok, YouTube, Instagram as well. Twitter should be up soon, hopefully around next week with our accounts. So you'll just be seeing more of one of us is holding the account and just tweeting out at the spot moments. Hopefully we get some memes and reactions out there. We want to make it as entertaining as possible, but please follow on our social medias. We're going to need your support as always. But we have 5 minutes left before we're going to end off this show. Obviously, Super Cup happened today. For the last 2 days, obviously, and this is a major test for Xabi Alonso and for Hansi Flick. For Hansi Flick's sake, going back to back for the Super Cup, another trophy to
Mhm.
add, especially to the poor start of the year.
Yeah.
but now it's looking like they found the rhythm. Obviously, I think the point back has been Rafinha. I think
Yeah.
that's been really the emergence of the good start. I mean, two beautiful goals, and it's a shame that he didn't get into that Ballon d'Or, into the top three at least. It's better than Vitinha. Was better than anybody who was in third or fourth, who I don't remember. Um, Arguably better than Lamine, but even if he wasn't, at least top three. He was way over Vitinha. And I know Vitinha won the Champions League, but again, going back to that earlier post that I had, I think earlier in the year. I mean, game winners, goal scorers, when they're on it, they win you a game. They win you a game. But
I
you
don't
know
know,
what
man.
else?
Vitinha is just different.
I know Vitinha is different, but that's no Rafinha because you just saw the impact that Rafinha just
But
brings.
Rafinha is no
It's gonna be so
Vitinha
hard.
either.
The twist of the tongue when I say Vitinha is gonna kill me right now. But I mean, you saw it with the few goals that he's been scoring. I mean, the
Yeah.
rocket to put on the near post, pass from nice
But
Simone, the
Vitinha is kind of
finishes.
like that's like the N'Golo Kante, man. Like you just
No, I know, but Rafinha scores goals, and goals is what eventually is what is going to get you to win. Now I know, obviously, midfield is going to help you get to those goals and stuff, but at the end of the day, putting the ball in the net is the hardest thing in the world. That's why the best players in the world are regarded through like Messi, Ronaldo. Why? Because they're league goal scorers. Maradona as well. I mean, the most iconic Maradona moment is not because he dictated the tempo of the game and he was delivering long passes. No, he literally scored a goal, but with using his hands. He found a way to score the goal. So that's why I criticize people that say like, oh, like this midfielder, unless you're like the best of a midfielder compared to a decently average, okay, fair, I'll give you that status. But when you're a winger that can change the game, I'm not gonna go into that discussion. Rafinha has completely changed his team, and it's good to see him being there. And he's gonna be massive for this weekend because obviously Real Madrid won.
surprise, surprise! Another El Clasico for Super.
Another
Who
Clasico.
who could have predicted?
Right,
Who could have predicted? You know?
Especially when the manager got it right. I think it's almost like 3 months ago where I made that iconic video about, not really iconic, but that video about Fede Valverde, right?
Mm.
And I was
And
like, maybe
now
he needs to switch.
maybe he needs to go.
I'm a genius, ladies and I'm a genius. I would tell
Maybe he
all of
needs to
y'all.
be benched.
No. That's not what I said. I said there's discussions about whether he should be benched, but and also because of the new system. But I've always said if they can figure out to get him on that right flank, you're gonna get the best out of him. And what has been happening these last 2 weeks with Carvajal and Trent out? You have Fede Valverde in there. Of course, today I know he scored that banger of a rocket, right? It's just so iconic. It's just so ironic that one of Valverde's worst performances, and I called him out on it, was the Atletico Madrid derby. We lost 5-2, and then in this one, he scores that banger of a free kick, right? And besides the goal, right, he had a man of the match type of point. I mean, a man of the match type of point. He was on lockdown, shut down where I think it was Bayern on that right hand side. I know they had a few beef here, like they had like a few moments because there's history behind them. But he was on that right hand flank, helping out. I think he got like the assist to Rodrigo's goal. The combination between him and Rodrigo has been amazing. And I know there's probably I think this is an awakening for Valverde. I think that's gonna be a spot. I think right back is gonna be his peak spot. I don't see him as his midfielder anymore, based on like the other players that we have around him, and especially with how like we just need another controller like a Vitinha. Funny enough, I would like him on our team. But I've always said Fede Valverde's best trait is just being on that right hand side. And today we just saw it, and I'm just so happy that I called it since that derby game. Like you're gonna get the best of Fede when he's on the right. And of course today he scores his first goal, being a rocket, a banger that I haven't seen in a long time. Funny celebration too, and he was on lockdown. I think for me, besides Jude Bellingham, which I've already said enough about him. Besides Jude Bellingham, Fede Valverde was a man of the match that game, and I'm curious to see how he'll match up against Rafinha because I know the last time we've matched up against Rafinha, we've played against Lucas Vasquez. So I'm curious to see how Fede Valverde will deal with that.
When is that game?
It will be Sunday, I believe, at 11 a.m.
Sunday.
West Coast time. This Sunday, yeah.
Ooh.
So shout out to Fede Valverde. Shout out to him, man. I'm very impressed to see him just picking up his form, and he looked energetic again. And I think that's because of the goal. Obviously, that goal really changed him. And then, because that's his first goal of the year. I mean, he's always accustomed to scoring bangers, but he's just more comfortable on the right, man. He's just more comfortable. I saw it today. It's more evidence. Now, predictions for that El Clasico? Who knows, man? Look, no Mbappe, obviously.
Flip a coin.
I think it's a flip of a coin, right? Because it's the battle of who's going to score more goals, right? And that's why I've always said, like, game winners are so important. Who's going to score the most goals? Because you can have the best defenses, but if you get that elite attacker that can get that one moment of brilliance, boom, there you go. But it's going to be the battle of who has the worst defense and who has the best offense. because both teams coming into this game defensively they're not solid. I know Barca got a clean sheet, but that Atletico Bilbao team is not that good.
Yeah.
And I think for Madrid side, I mean, we have Rudiger and Asensio who just not haven't been on it this year. Besides Asensio has been good, but obviously we saw that partnership at their best last year, and we conceded so many goals. But at least we have a left back now. We can probably defend a little bit better. We have Valverde, obviously. I know last year around we lost 5-2, so I'm just happy to see that we have a new back line. I pray to God no too many in the center back spot, but it's really going to come down to who has the best defense, who has the better offense, and it's a flip of a coin, to be quite honest with you. And
Yeah.
the thing that's going to kill us for this game is I don't think we're going to have Mbappe for this game. I don't think he will play.
I just saw a report saying like apparently he's like recharged and ready for Super Copa.
That's what they're saying, but here's my thing. When you just come out of a knee injury like that, you have World Cup year,
Yeah.
and you're traveling to Saudi Arabia, and it's hot.
That is crazy, dude. Seriously?
Yeah, it is. I don't think it's ideal for him to go out and play that game just for the sake of like you could re-aggregate that injury, so you're gonna lose him for that game, and like I've always said about this Barca team, or like when we won El Clasico, we're the type of team that can kill a Barcelona because we have the pace and the speed to kill them in the transition.
Yeah.
But guess what? Because they have a poor defense. But guess what? In the last few months, our defense has been absolutely abysmal because we lost Militao, and I think the form of some of our players have just completely dropped. So it's just a flip of a coin to see, but we'll just have to wait and see. And also, shout out to last thing before I end up the show, John Garcia. Shout out to you. I think he's been a top 3 goalkeeper this year.
That was an amazing.
That is, there's the signings of Neymar. There's the signings of Suarez. There's the signings of Ousmane Dembele, Coutinho, Griezmann, Pedri. If you want to count him being transferred for €5 million. Who else you want to put? Rafinha. I guess Rafinha is now top 5. Is what he's done. Lamine doesn't count because he comes from the academy.
Marcus Rashford too.
No, John Garcia is probably a top 5 goalkeeper signing.
And also, don't forget another one, Sene Lamen.
Well, that doesn't matter. I don't care about them because I think John Garcia has been a top 5 ever signing for Barcelona. That guy.
Whoa! What?
That's my prediction for the next few years of the trade. That guy. Did you see what he did against Espanyol?
I did see.
And my prediction is he's probably gonna have another man of the match performance against Madrid because that guy always turns up against us when he was at Espanyol. I'm guaranteeing this right now. That guy is gonna win Barcelona Champions League. He is their goalkeeper that they've desperately needed since
the goalkeeper will win it. Not like a Pedri, not like a Lamine Yamal.
He is better than Ter Stegen ever was. He's better than Szczesny. He might even be better than Victor Valdez.
What the hell is this glazing?
He is so good. He's gonna win.
What in the donut glazing? Because of him. What in the Krispy Kreme glazing is this? They have won
games to him. And Unai Simon, you are on fraud watch because we just saw in that Super Cup how many goals you've been leaking out. Hey, De La Fuente, you better get John Garcia on that plane, man. I don't care about this chemistry thing. Look, there's exception. I've said you need a chemistry. Bro, there's an exception when you got a goalkeeper like that who can literally save the Titanic. Don't quote me on that. I know someone.
No. That's for David De Gea. You know what?
No, I know it. But even John Garcia is better than David De Gea ever was. That's how good John Garcia is. Look, I'm a Madrid fan, but I love what I'm seeing from John. I love what he's doing. As a neutral. That's an elite goalkeeper, man. That's an elite goalkeeper. I wish we would have he's an elite goalkeeper.
Remember this conversation that we were having earlier about how players that put up an amazing performance, we overhype and glaze the crap out of it.
He's been doing this for 2 years now. There's a reason why Espanyol haven't gone down for the last 4 to 3 years because he's been saving that team's butt from everything. And then you saw the difference. If you go watch that Espanyol derby game, go watch the games that John Garcia plays when he's on it. Dude, that guy is not that guy is the next name. That guy is just absolutely too good to be true. For his height, for his reflexes, and for the amount of calmness that he brings to that high line defense, he's too much, man. He's the next big thing, man. He's the next big goalkeeper out there. And Luis De La Fuente, you better bring him to that damn plane. I don't care. Just for the sake of football, because I need to see a player like that at the World Cup. I'm entertained every time. It's crazy because I'm a Madrid fan, but I'm always entertained when I see a goalkeeper like that. It's crazy. It's always because it's one of the harder positions to play. And for me, he's been killing it. And Barca have been dying for a goalkeeper like that.
Yeah.
Which is why Szczesny was praised last year because he didn't, but even though he was kind of inconsistent. But like now you have a young goalkeeper that's going to probably do it for like the next 5 to 10 years. Which is why I said my prediction is he's the top 5 ever like signing. He's going to be it. I'm being for real. I'm being serious.
All right. We'll see.
Man United could use him.
No, we got Senna Lamens, bro. We're good. Hey, if we still had Andre,
that's the next rivalry. That's the next rivalry. That's the next rivalry.
If we still had Andre Onana or like Altai, I would be like, yeah, 100%.
No, but that's the next rivalry.
We got Senna.
That's the new like Casillas versus
Courtois. Senna versus Joan Garcia.
For real.
Okay.
That's the next. That's what they're like. After 5 years,
better. My boy Senna Lamens is better. My boy Senna Lamens
John Garcia. John Garcia walks the floor.
He could play like Andre Onana the rest of the season. I'll still love him. I'll still love him.
Walks.
Don't care, bro. He don't play in the Prem. It don't matter, bro. Prem better.
Put $100 that John Garcia will win like a Golden Glove in like for like the men's.
I mean, yeah, level. Probably just because Barcelona is gonna like finish higher positions or whatever.
No, but he's just gonna be widely known as just better. He's just better. I like John Garcia. I like him.
The Belgian Courtois. Well, actually, they're both Belgian. I don't know what I was gonna say. But, yeah, I almost slipped there too. Whatever.
The future Courtois, the next Courtois. We'll take him off in the next 5 years. Too. Don't worry. But that's enough of our banters.
You did not say that. No. You did not say that at the end. Sure, you are not swooping him, bro. We are not a small club to you. All right, we are our own.
No,
thing.
I said enough with the banter. That's all I said.
Nah, before with enough with the banter. I heard you.
I said enough with the banter. That's enough of the banter. I said that would be all. I was trying to do my. No. Shout out to my friend Kobe Gaines. I'm gonna take this what he said to one of our friends in our group chat. I think. Did I tick the nerve right there? Did I tick it?
No, bro. My nerve's already been tickled. No, it hasn't even been tickled. It has been assaulted by Ineos and Glazers after the news I saw. After the news I saw, 5:30 in the morning. Technically, it's 6:30, but who cares? Yeah. Monday, January 5th. All right.
Anyways, that's gonna be all for episode 17 of the Outlaw Podcast, our first one of 2026.
Man, I hope y'all enjoyed it because this was the loudest one that I've ever been. Like,
this was good. This one was
vocal. It was just raw emotions. Yeah. Like, I did not stand back. Have a blast, man.
Yeah, thank you so much, and keep tuned for all of our episodes and updates on our social medias for any reels or posts and any hot takes that you guys got. Just leave it in the comments, whatever it may be. Debate us. Come in. Shit on me on TikTok.
Oh, you said what? Scrap. Hey, Batman. The next compilation that's getting clipped. That is getting clipped.
Anyways, thank you for listening, and see you in the next one.
Peace.